What I thought was impressive about Sinners, if anybody has not seen Sinners, let me explain what they did here that I thought was really cool. It's not so much, and Ryan, I'm not arguing with you. It's not so much that they did the shot, it's what they did to, usually I'm not just pointing at the technical angle. If you're telling a story, I'm admiring your camera work and how you use that camera work to tell the story.
Right.
So with Sinners, and again, if you haven't seen Sinners, Sinners is one of the best of the year. It's probably the best of the year. It has all these actors talking. It has, like Tom Cruise is giving congratulations to Ryan Coogler.
Nice.
Pedro Pascal is saying, drop everything and go see this shit.
All right,
So
nice.
a lot of
praise.
Hollywood and celebrities are talking about this. But if you haven't seen Sinners, if nothing else, it's the cinematography is just an achievement on its own. It's one of the best looking movies that you see this year. One of the things we talk about, if I can just look, if I can nerd out and get real geeky, one of the things that we're talking about today with movies and the problem with a lot of blockbuster big special effects films is that they are so brightly lit, and they're so brightly lit because they want to accommodate a green screen or a fake set.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say brightly lit, I'm not talking about, they got everything under fluorescent lights or anything like that. It just comes off a little flatter. We're not getting a lot of those dark, what they call the inky blacks. You're not using those areas where people are using shadow effectively. Sometimes your dark areas is just not, they're not rich and dark enough. Watching this movie, you're getting that back. You're getting that texture. You're getting that atmosphere. You're getting now those rich colors along with those rich blacks. So there's it's cinematic, or the cinematography rather, is one of the best things in the movie, or one of the best things I've seen in movies this year. But there's a tracking shot that they do, where they use it to go across the street. They're following one character, this little Asian girl, or she's about an Asian teenager. She leaves from her store to go across the street to this another store. And what was cool about that tracking shot, and it takes place. There it is. That's not the shot itself right there, but it takes place right in this setting. What's cool about that is that he's using this to show the segregation between the whites and the blacks at that time. He's using it to show that it is so segregated that they don't even want you, they don't even want you on the same side of the street. Like, we're looking right at you, and we still don't want you mingling with us. You stay over there, even though we can see you stay over here. So that tracking shot was used to establish, the story here and to do the setting. And what's great about it is that they didn't have to do anything through dialogue. Man, this show is segregated in this town. Mm-hmm. I know, brother, ain't it? They didn't have to do that. Visually, they wanted to show you how segregated it is, and he did that with this really cool tracking shot showing you how, and it takes time for that information to register. You are focused on a character in the foreground. Meanwhile, in the background, you're starting to realize, like, oh, there's a lot of white people in that background. Oh, wait a minute, now it's a lot of black people. Wait a minute, did we just cross the street? Mm. Wow, okay, cool. You showed the harshness of segregation with that tracking shot without even being too obvious about it. Mm-hmm. It's near the beginning of the movie. That's why Ryan Coogler, I say, he's such a great storyteller, because he does a lot with direction. He does a lot with visuals. He's good at dialogue. He's good at writing characters, but he does a lot with his camera direction, a lot with his, with his visuals to tell a story, and it's amazing.
Yeah, man, film's a visual medium, so it's nice to know that he's not just, here's a bunch of exposition that you don't need.
Yeah.